What's going on, everybody? Today we're going to be installing a set of Canards on an 18 and up Mustang. Alright, so when you open up your box of Canards, this is what comes with it. The full set of Canards, hardware, and instructions. We have enough people that want only uppers or lowers, or if you have a full set and they get damaged, we can easily do left side, right side, or even individual Canards. The website makes it pretty easy as far as options of what you may want or need, but generally people get a full set and this is what it'll come with. Some tools you're going to need will be a Sharpie, little Phillips screwdriver. A stubby Phillips is nice in most cases. I'll explain this little 1/4 inch wrench later. Needle nose pliers sometimes help you get the hardware behind it, and obviously a drill. Alright, so the very first thing you do, read the instructions, get your measurements as to where the Canards are supposed to go. Now keep in mind, if you have a bumper that's an aftermarket bumper, or it's ever been damaged, or it's just old and maybe warped a little bit, there may be some slight gaps that should close up once the hardware is installed. Now if it's an aftermarket bumper that's just a completely different shape, it's a very slim chance that these will mate up. So once you have the Canards placed and you mark where you're going to drill your holes, you're going to just run a 1/4 inch drill bit through your bumper wherever all your marks were. This was our mock-up bumper, so the holes are already drilled. We're not going to do that right now, but you get the idea. It's pretty simple. So now, depending on what car you are installing these on, our Canards install the same on just about every car we make them for. We'll put a link in the video description below directly to these Mustang ones, as well as the Canards available for all the vehicles we make them for. Now the hardware that we use a number 8 coarse thread screw and these quick nuts. They're meant to be installed facing that direction. I hope that shows up. And the reason we use these is these little quick nuts, as soon as they contact the plastic on the back of the bumper, they basically self-lock into the bumper. So all you have to do is just turn the outside to tighten it down. You don't have to get behind there with a wrench or anything. It just makes install a little bit easier. Plus, depending what track you're going to, if you want to take them off to trim the car out, that's easy to do. Okay, so now you got everything lined up, you're drilled, ready to go. At this point, you just want to start whatever ones you can, but not tighten them up. Just get them snug. Now, as I mentioned earlier, needle nose pliers might help you out. These Mustangs, here I'll show you what's going on here. Because the back of these cars have this little air duct thing, out of all the ones we make, these are probably the trickiest to do. So to get down and in there, you might need to get a pair of needle nose pliers to hold these where they need to go. Now while we're behind the bumper, it's a good example to show how these quick nuts will self-lock into the bumper. So once you get it started, all you have to do is just lightly, loosely hold it. It should spin pretty easily. And once it makes contact with the bumper, you can let go and just tighten it up. Now earlier I mentioned a stubby screwdriver would be nice to get into certain ones that are a little bit tight. Certain Canards we make, this angle is a little bit more extreme to fit the curvature of the bumper, and that's where the little 1/4 inch wrench comes in. Most people will have a little Phillips bit like this. They come in just about any you know, cheap toolkit. What you can do is put that on the screw like that, as long as you're pressing that way, and with the 1/4 inch wrench, just snug it down like that. That works great if you don't have one of these little ratchet screwdrivers, and because the angle to come in with a long Phillips head is just too great. Alright guys, there you have it. Pretty easy to install these. Like I said, all of our Canards install in a very similar fashion. Some are a little bit trickier than others, but still relatively simple. As mentioned earlier, a link to our website where you can check to see if we have Canards for your vehicle will be in the video description below. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.